Alright, so in this video I got a new pickup and it inspired a topic that I wanted to touch base on because it's kind of been a thing for the last probably almost a year of the craze of these guys right here. I'm not talking necessarily about this one, but I might be talking about this one and this one and also this one and the 5 million pairs of these that Nike has seemed to brought to the market, really saturating the Panda Dunk market. But it was kind of a fun one. I thought it'd be a fun topic to cover in this video. And for those that didn't know, I'm a huge fan of Nike Dunks, which is obviously the wave that's kind of come and gone and going again. But I'm also a huge fan of Panda stuff and black and white Panda stuff. And so these are the family size run that I have right here. But I did get a new pickup, sparking the conversation like I said. And I finally hit on a pair of these. I've been trying to hit on them, and I finally hit on a high top pair. So I do have a couple pairs of the low tops. I have one for my son, my daughter, my wife, and then I now have the high top version of the latest revision or the latest version of the Nike Dunk Panda. And there's nothing fancy about it, just a black and white Nike Dunk. But why is this the one that has garnered so much love and hate in the last year? I figured let's go ahead and discuss that. So before I explore this Panda-demic sort of scenario with the Nike Dunks, specifically the low top versions, I want to take you back a little bit because I do have a couple different pairs here that I think you guys will find interesting. I do have a little baby Panda Dunk right here. Shout out to the Shoeseum. He actually gifted me this pair years ago when my son Harrison was born. And this pair is super fire, man. It has a little bit of white patent, a little bit of fur around as well. Obviously, Harrison can't wear these anymore since he's 6, but a really cool pair and definitely one that I just kept along the way because it's such a cute, fun little Panda joint pair. But then for those that don't remember, a couple years ago, Nike released this low top version, which was inspired off of a high top version of Nike Panda Dunks. Now, this low top version was only available in GS sizes, which means I couldn't get my hands on them, but I did buy a pair at that time for the future thought of my son. Eventually he could wear these. They were actually too big even for my wife's size, so because I got a size 7 youth. And I don't remember the Uveno or the tongue or whatever that is. Anyway, I think it was inspired after Zoo, but I can't honestly remember. This is just one of those pairs that I still have sitting in my son's room. He has a bunch of pairs DS for when he gets a little bit bigger, but this is a fun one that I got and I wish they had in men's sizes. I really wanted the original pair from back in the day. The original pair from back in the day was crazy. The box actually came in a wired cage, and obviously it's not very PC, so it's not something that you could see probably retro. But the original Panda Dunk was similar like this, but a high top version. It had the Panda fur and everything. It was crazy. But another pair that I really liked. Also, I bought a pair of the Pigeon Pandas. This is a staple version. Super fire colorway again. Just super simple, black, white, little hits of silver, little hits of green for the bamboo, and some staple inspired outsole here where the newspaper was talking about this sneaker right here, which is the Nike Dunk Pigeons that he released, that caused basically the whole craze of the beginning craze of the Nike Dunks. This is the staple Panda as well, and actually this was gifted to me from Jeff Staple, which was super flex right there, light flex, right? But then it gets, oh, there it goes, he went down. But then it gets even better though, because not only did I get one pair, I actually got a second pair. And as you can see, this is a second pair, and it's the special box of the bamboo box from Jeff Staple himself. This actually has a lasered panda face right here on the inside of the shoe, which is not available on the retail pairs. This is just the friends and family pair only. He sent me this care package along with a bunch of clothing, but talk about a crazy package from Jeff Staple himself. Inspired off of his pack because he integrated the bamboo into the Panda stuff here. I wanted to go ahead and create my own like Panda twist, and so I ended up creating these on a Nike ID pair or a Nike Bayou pair. So it's primarily a black and white upper on a pair of Air Max 90s, and then it does have a little hit of green on these that represents obviously the bamboo. I did a little clear sole action on here as well. Really love the way that these Air Max 90s came out. One of my favorites that I ended up designing. But I decided why not do an Air Max 1 as well as an Air Max 90 and kind of create my own Panda pack. So this is my Panda pack that I created, again with the green Nike Air on the back. And I love this one as well with just the simple Air Max 1 vibe. Also, the materials I use on here is really fire because it's kind of a felt, like smooth, soft, like skin, almost like panda fur, sort of like really cut, shaved, I guess, panda fur. But really fun project that I ended up creating right here from Nike ID. So as you can see by all these pairs out here, the panda theme definitely kind of runs a little bit deep over in my neck of the woods. So I figured it would be a fun conversation point to talk about because we have so many pairs. Let me go ahead and move some of these down now. So the elusive high top was the pair that I just got straight from Nike. It just ended up restocking. Like we've seen 1,000 different restocks of a bunch of different Nike Dunk colorways. Some of them aren't even restocks. Some of them are just, I guess, new colorways that they're bringing to the table, but there's so many. It's definitely saturated the market, and the resale prices have tanked completely on majority pairs of the GR sort of pairs of Nike Dunks. And the GR is general release pairs, ones that don't have collaborations and stuff like that. The Philly Dunks dropped. Those ones sold out. I actually copped a pair of those as well. I never did a review on it. If you guys want a review on them, let me know. But we've seen the Panda Dunks restock like 500,000 times, and it feels like Nike has decided to have this one be like a Chuck Taylor of Nike Dunks. And why is that, do you think? Well, I think that there's a primary reason. Obviously, Nike has developed this thing where it's called hype. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So let's say Nike creates a pair of Dunks like these, which I totally forgot I had as well, as I left them in the box. This is ridiculous. We're talking about the Supreme Dunk low tops with the stars on the side. This is a pretty fun looking colorway. It does kind of look basically the same thing as this. But this is a release pair with Supreme collaboration on it. Has a little extra Supreme branding all over the place. The hype is there. These ones were like $1,000 at one point. I don't know what they even are nowadays. But Nike creates a bunch of demand in a pair like this, but then releases a general release colorway that's a lot simpler. When this pair dropped, everybody went crazy as well. They sold out really quick. They were selling for, I think, $300-400 range or something like that. But then when they would restock, they went crazy as well. And then they would restock again. And then they kept on restocking and restocking. So at some point, it's like, is it a restock or are they just producing more? I can tell by looking at the tags. This one was done in 2020. This one was done in 2021. And the dates vary depending. So it seems like they're just producing more. I think originally everybody thought pandemic, they're just catching up with supply and demand. Pandemic was causing like late shipment supplies, which is true for a lot of pairs as well. But this is apparent that Nike just keeps on making more and more of these in this specific colorway. And how do I feel about it? Well, for one, I think it's dope because it's a really clean colorway. If you want a pair of Nike Dunks, something that you can do is get the Panda Dunks. Unfortunately, it's been memed so many times. It has a stigma kind of to the Panda Dunks now, where it was really dope. Sneakerheads were like all about it. I could wear this pair and then the rest of my family could wear the Panda Dunks or whatever, and it was kind of cool. You could do a little family picture of your Panda Dunks, but I feel like, again, it's been memed out so much that you do that and people are making a point to call you out on it, which it is what it is. I think it's all in good fun. Hopefully, if it's not, then people are taking things way too seriously. Ultimately, it's a great colorway. It's a black and white shoe, and something that I said, if you don't have a huge arsenal of sneakers, the best thing you can do is get a black and white pair of sneakers, because for me, I would always wear different color t-shirts. Black, white, gray was usually the three colors I would get, and I would wear these in like high school and then in college and stuff like that. But then if I had little text on the shirts that were red, blue, green, yellow, or whatever, it didn't really matter. It didn't really clash with my sneakers that I was wearing, because the sneakers were they're just black and white. So it was something that was easily mixed in with a bunch of different wardrobes, and it was very, very wearable because of that. And that's why I think that it's kind of a good thing that Nike decided to make that their Chuck Taylor, basically. By Chuck Taylor, I mean they're one that they just keep on reproducing over and over again. It's like always in stock. Everywhere you go, there's a pair of black, like Chuck low tops and high tops and stuff like that. And I feel like that's what they did with this. They decided to just make it a staple. And I don't have a problem with it. I think it's kind of a smart move from Nike. They can run through the numbers, make a lot of money on the product. If they made even more of it, so it's so incredibly stocked that you could just buy it at retail and not have to pay even an extra $20 or $30, $40 over retail, if that's what the prices are even going for now. I think it's a smart move from Nike to create something that is like supplied more, and then have some other things like limited edition versions like these and other versions of Panda inspired sneakers that are collaborations and stuff. It's an easy way to be able to hook multiple audiences that are after making a purchase. And Nike's not the only industry to do this. I do a lot of sports card rips and stuff like that. I actually have a second channel that I just post randomly. So basically I'll rip through football boxes and you know, basketball boxes and stuff like that, and just open them up and see if I can hit any limited like hits. And that's really where it comes down to. It's the same sort of parallel. Like, you literally have these cards that you can pull that are like numbered 1 of 1 or 1 of 10 or 1 of 100, 1 of 1,000 or whatever the print run is for the specific cards. But it makes you feel a little bit special because you got like a 1 of 10 version of something, or that has like the gold version, the border or the black border on a card. It sounds silly, but those cards are significantly more expensive than like a silver border Cade Cunningham is going to be like maybe $40 or something like that. If you pull his black or gold version, depending on the product, I mean, it's worth thousands and thousands of dollars. But everybody wants a Cade Cunningham rookie card of some sort, so you can have a lower tiered one that everybody has access to, and then you can have, out of that same product, another one that's higher tiered, and all of a sudden everybody wants that one. And a smaller amount of people are going to be able to afford that one, and so that's the one that people usually strive to get. But at the same time, you can satiate the palates of everybody else that wants the lower tiered product. In that example, lower tiered product, higher tiered product, same exact thing, just different collectible item. I personally like Nike Dunks. I personally like the Panda theme in general. I'm always on board for a black and white pair of sneakers. So I think it's a welcome pair to have them mass produced. But this is an example of pretty much any market. If the brand that makes the product, who makes money off the product that you buy, and tries to listen to the voices that say, make more of this product, they make more of the product, and then it becomes like a meme because it's so oversaturated. So I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword in a sense, where sometimes it works out, sometimes it's a little bit overkill, and it's going to deter some people from getting the shoe or make them regret buying it. Other people are just happy that they're able to kind of fit in and assimilate with other people and get the same product that other people might have really wanted to get a couple months ago. I don't think that there's a wrong answer to it personally. I think it's fine. Nike can make their money off of a high demand product, and guess what? If you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. And if you do like it, you have the opportunity to hopefully buy it at a cheaper price point. But again, back to the people that don't like it, not only do you not have to buy it, there's like a bazillion other pairs of sneakers that you can choose from. So I don't think it's as big of a deal as like a lot of people make of it. Anyway, what do you guys think about Panda Dunk Pandemic? I feel like it's come and gone. People have definitely, you know, over the Panda Dunk vibe. And I'm like, dude, like I'm all there for it. I'm excited. And I was actually really excited to finally get a pair of these in the collection in the high top version. Because again, it's just a really clean colorway. And like I didn't really need it because I have a bunch of other Panda inspired colored sneakers, but it's another one that I really like. I really regret selling my Jordan Twist because I had a pair of those in my size and those skyrocketed in price. It's a pair that I feel like I should have held on to, but eventually I'll get another black and white Jordan 1. It's fine. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, the random talk of Pandaness, and shout out to you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I have a bunch of other sneaker content, and hopefully we'll see you back for some more content soon. All right, peace guys.